next question comes from Jeremy, who asks, Comic Book Girl 19, cinematic universes, why are they so hard to do?
Thanks, Jeremy. They're really hard to do because continuity has always been a problem. I mean, even within DC and Marvel itself, they have a hard time keeping their continuity line straight because, I mean, it's just a wild animal and it just gets crazy real fast. Taking that idea and taking the idea of a continuity and translating it to a franchise of movies is not a simple or easy task. You have the X-Men, that could be its own world. They could build that into a thing, but like Fox takes forever. They don't know what they're doing. They keep going back to Singer. They're just a fucking mess over there. Fantastic Four was a flop, so like that's not going to cross over, whatever, that's fine with me. But it's just like they haven't done it. You have Sony with the Spider-Man disaster, and that was supposed to be this big franchise with all these spin-off films, and all that's been canceled because they fucked up. And so now you have DC, and like I said earlier, they're skipping steps. They've skipped steps. They try to just catch up with Marvel when it's like, you know what? Instead of worrying about the competition, you should just focus on making something that's really good instead of worrying about what Marvel is doing and how good they're doing and how you want to do as good as Marvel's doing. Just focus on making one great movie.
No, it's all about that money. Gotta get that franchise money.
Well, unfortunately, that is the deal, I mean, and that's what everything boils down to, is to numbers right now in Hollywood. Because this movie probably will make its money back, and also it's name recognition, I mean, it's like people just go see it because like Batman, Superman. Like, there's all sorts of middle America people who have no idea that this is a turd, and they go and see it.
You have to see Batman vs. Superman because it's called Batman vs. Superman.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's also that. I mean, this movie has been how many years in the making, I mean, how many years have, like, people
been... It got me hyped. I'm hyped. I'm still hyped. Even the movie was awful, and I'm still hyped.
There is hype. There's hype. So...
I think it was awesome because the advertising convinced me it was awesome.
The advertising didn't convince me, but it's okay.
You weren't bombarded by the thousands of commercials throughout the whole year and everyone talking about it?
I don't have cable television, and so that really cuts down on a lot of the bullshit in my life. A lot of the bullshit. And I suggest that you get rid of cable television too. You'll love it. At first, for like a week, you'll be like, I need to see, I don't feel like I'm connected to what's going on. But then once it's gone, you'll be like, oh, wait, I don't care about any of this stuff. Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't care about commercials for whatever the fuck.
But then how would you know about the next deal at Burger King?
I don't know. If you just like Burger King, just go to Burger King. I'm sure the deal will be going on when you're there.
The next question comes from Brian from Minnesota, who asks, Dear Comic Book Girl 19, why do superhero movies go wrong so often?
Well, I would say greed is a big part of it. It's a big factor is greed, is because, again, this whole thing boils down to Marvel. Everybody sees that Marvel is making just like crazy money off having this crazy franchise with all these different movies that intersect, and they're building this crazy continuity thing. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And so people want to get in on that. They're like, I want that. Like, I want that money. Like, I want to have 20 fucking films in the works for the next 20 years and know that they're all going to make their money back and everybody's going to fucking love it. I want that. I want that.
Parties on yachts.
Parties on yachts, parties in mansions, parties upside down, parties on the moon, all right? Parties on the moon with the hottest chicks you've ever seen, with the tightest asses you've ever seen.
Yeah, okay? Those two girls that I need.
That's what it's all about in this town, okay? That's what it's all about in this town. And that's the problem, is you have people who are motivated by numbers and things like that, because it is a business. At the end of the day, it is a business. I mean, it's a creative business, it's an artistic business, but it is a business. And so, yeah, that's money. Money.
Money, 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 money. Money. Money, 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 money.
Money. Money, money, money.
Money, 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 money.
Money. But anyways, here's my thing. Hollywood, you can make a good movie, and that also makes money. That's the thing. You don't have to trick people. In fact, it's this kind of short-term thinking that's going to ruin movie making entirely. Movies are already dying. Like, it's true. I don't want people to be upset. I want people to not give a fuck and move on with their lives and say this fucking sucks and not go see it because they're too smart. That's what I want. I don't want people upset. I don't want people yelling. I don't want people crying about shit. I want people to just fucking move on. I've gotten over the X-Men movies. I know it's gonna suck, all right? It fucking makes me sad in my fucking soul forever. But I deal with it. I deal with it. I want to see a dead man movie. I want to see a dead man movie. That's like the only DC character I give a fuck about. I'm tired of like saying, Hollywood, you knew this.
Okay,
I'm so tired of fucking preaching to Hollywood. I am Hollywood. Why the fuck am I talking shit to them? Marvel started all of this with Iron Man in 2008, and they've slowly built it. They've built it up, they've built it up, they've built it up. And a lot of this, like the success of this is due to Kevin Feige, who is an amazing producer. Like he is there for quality control. Like this guy makes sure that all the Marvel movies have the same tone, and he will fuck over a director to keep that tone. I mean, just look at Edgar Wright. Like even though I love Edgar Wright and I would love to see an Edgar Wright's Ant-Man, like Kevin wasn't completely out of line in his job of like saying, no, you can't do crazy shit because we got to keep all of this tonally the same, So like, I mean, for better, for worse, that's a thing that goes on over at Marvel. And DC doesn't have that guy. Like they don't have that guy with the vision and who's keeping everything quality controlled and like all the tones the same. I mean, I see I loved the more recent Suicide Squad trailer because it looked like DC was finally having some fun in their movies, and I was excited about that. But, I look at that Joker, I look at Jared Leto Joker, and then I look at like Dark Knight, old man Batman, and then you have young Juggalo Joker, and it's like they don't match, like at all. Like they don't match. Not that they necessarily have to, but I mean, if you are trying to build a giant franchise like Marvel, then it's like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing over there, DC. Like, holy shit. Like, okay.